Good evening, everybody. How are you? How are you today? Good? Okay, so your test one is being graded. It's almost done. Maybe you will see your result, test one result by this week. Okay, by the end of this week. Uh, okay, so let us see our schedule quickly. So according to our schedule, so we are on this week, week 6, right? So we will complete repetition structure. Okay, and remember that quiz 4 is due by this weekend. I will not be able to give you any extension. Okay, so do not forget to take your quiz. Take it by Friday, please. Do not wait for the last hour. Which one is module 5? Okay, so in our last lecture we were discussing what? We covered for loop and do loop, right? While loop and do loop, right? We completed do loop, do while, and I gave you a homework task. How many of you tried? You have, how many of you tried, or how many of you done? You? Yeah, someone share with me. You J, right? Your name is Joe, right? Okay, Joe, and then someone else also shared with me. Who is this? Okay, remember that if I give you a task and if you do not try, then in the long run you may be loser. We gave you like a very simple program like that. We work with centennial value. Centennial value is that, for instance, we work with a value of a variable that until we reach to that value, we continue something, repeat again and again. For instance, when you do something, it says fresh y to continue or fresh x to exit. That in that case, x or y is the centennial value. Or for instance, in here in this program, we say that it's type 9999 to quit. That means until you press 9999, your program will be continue. So this is done by doing a while loop until you put, like, for instance, while my user gets not equal to 9999. Or you can even that the condition, it will give you either true or false value. So you can use a condition, a complex condition as well as. The code is almost given over here. Just you need to do some minor changes, okay, in order to execute this program. Okay, please try it again. Okay, and then we discuss do while loop. What is the difference between a while and a do while loop? Yes.
The do while loop executes the statement first before checking the conditions.
Yes. That is the main condition. Thank you. So at least it executes the statement one time, and if the condition is true, then it executes next times. But while loop does not go into the loop if the condition is false. Do while loop goes into the loop even the condition is false. Okay, so then today we will discuss for loop. Okay, everything that we can do with a while loop, we can do that with a for loop. Everything that we can do with a while loop is doable with a for loop. Okay, for loop is the most widely used looping control statement. Okay, the for loop, so this is the structure of for loop, the pseudocode. For, we use for, and if you use pseudocode, then you have to give end for, and this is the initialization. It initializes the index value, which is missing, and then I don't see that it works. Okay, so this is the initialization of the index value, and it works only one time. Okay, and this is the condition that it checks how many times our for loop body will be executing. And this is the increment, or it may be decrement. After every iteration, it increments the index value over here. And then our statement block will be here, and if you use pseudocode, you must need to use end for. Okay, so this is very straightforward, and we will see that we can initialize before the for loop. Okay, and you can increment, or you can put the conditions within body. Okay, so I will show you in a live program. So everything that we can do with a for loop, it is doable with a while loop, and vice versa. Everything you can do with a while loop, you can do it with a for loop. But for loop is most widely and frequently and used looping control statement.
I think so. I took it. Fortunately, we do not have these replacements on hand. I have to have the AV team come down and get it.
Yeah,
It's not in this drawer, and it's not in there.
you can make an order, please.
Okay.
Thank you. For instance, here let us see the difference and similarity between a for loop and while loop. So for loop and while loop. For for loop, we initialize here within the for loop, so within the parentheses, and we put the condition over here, and usually we use a semicolon, not comma over here. We use a semicolon. Okay, and this is the condition that we will check how many times it will be executing, and this is the increment or decrement. It's not only increment, it may be decrement. Okay, and while loop, we put the initialization here, and we put the condition over here, and we put increment or decrement here, increment or decrement. So it's not only increment, it may be decrement. Okay, so but we can put while for loop like in this format also, but usually it's widely used as this one. Okay, so let us go to something. So for instance, here we say for counter equal to 1. By the way, if you write pseudocode, okay, you do not need to spend time to type in this arrow sign. If you put equal sign, that is fine. Okay, equal sign is enough. So sometimes it is time consuming to use assignment operator. So for this is the for loop, and also it can be done this way. It can be done this way. I will show you how to do that. So with a condition, we can put the body over here. So this is the counter variable, and it will do what it will do. Counter variable is initialized by 1, and it will check until it goes or equal, less or equal to 5, and then it will increment count by 1 every time. We can increment by 2, 3, 4, any number, and print count. Okay, over here. So this is the similar pseudocode in while loop. So for instance, let us see this program. So this is the similar program we discussed. We have same pseudocode in while loop. So let me go this quickly. So you see the counter is incrementing every time by 1. Okay, so you know that we discussed that there is a difference between counter plus plus and plus plus counter, right? This is called postfix notation, right? and if we put counter plus plus over here, then it will be prefix notation, right? So in this case there is no difference between prefix and postfix notation of the counter variable over here. It will give you same result. So same thing, so it will go, let me go, it will go, how many times it will go? From 1 to 1000, right? It will go 1000 times, this loop will be continuing. Okay, so let us see an example. That we discuss this example, the prefix and postfix notation of incremental and decremental operator with a for loop. We discussed this with a while loop, right? We discussed this similar code with a while loop. For instance, here you see that here instead of putting this value over here, this counter variable initializing within for loop, we can initialize it before the for loop. Okay, and you see that there is another gap over here. This is the condition check. This is the third part. This is called increment or decrement. Here I am incrementing. So here in this case, if we use counter plus plus or plus plus counter, it will give us same result. So also I could put this same code within this here, it will give me same result, and I could put this code within over here. So if we put here, then you do not need to give the ending semicolon. That is the difference. So what will be result for this one? So if you use for this one counter plus plus or plus plus counter, right? This is the postfix notation and prefix notation. There will be no change in our output. But for plus plus x, or we say x plus plus, yes, there is an effect, right? Even for if we say y plus plus or y plus plus, yes, there is an effect. For instance, here we showed similar code in our last lecture. Let me see. Okay, prefix. Okay, incremental and pre-incremental prefix C#, Java. Okay, this is the code. So for instance, over here, this is I is my index variable. Over there, I put C, right? Over there was C. You can give any name of your counter variable or index variable, but it is giving a meaningful name is better. So instead of giving I, J, K, if you say counter, that is better. But sometimes we avoid counter, we frequently use I, for instance, I for index. So over here, so I'm doing what I'm doing, I equal to 1, and for, that means while, that means or until I less than 5, I'm incrementing I plus plus, and I'm printing x equal to plus plus x. So what will be my value over here? First time, for the first print, what will be printed over here? X equal to, so what is my x over here? 0. So what will be printed for x plus plus? Huh? Yes, it will be printing my old value. What is my old value? So this is the postfix notation, right? As I discussed last time. Didn't you give attention to my? Yes, everybody please close your device. If you want to need to use to do something else, please give your attendance, then leave this room. But if you stay here, give attention here, please. Okay, so this is the postfix notation. What the postfix notation it does over here, it works with the previous value. What is my previous value for x? 0, right? It will work with the previous value. So it will print 0 over here. And then for this one is backslash t, right? It will go one tab right side, right? And then it will come over here, for instance, this new line. So this one will not be making a new line. So here, and let me make it plus backslash n. Okay, so over here, so then it will be printing plus plus y. That means what value of y it will be printing? What is the value over here? Y equal to 0. So what value it will be printing over here? It will be printing 1, right? So that means in the first line it will be printing, in the first line it will be printing so in the first line it will be printing like this, x equal to, what it will be printing? 0, and then it will take some space, y equal to 1, then it will come to next line, right? And before it comes to next line, so I am here in this line, I am incrementing by x 1 again, right? So what is at the end of this statement? What is x value at the end of this statement? Is 1, right? Remember that. And y value is 1 also over here, right? And then it is incrementing x by 1 and y by 1. So next time I will have x equal to 2 and y equal to 2, right? So the next iteration it will print what? In the next iteration it will print x equal to, it will print what is old value of x? 2, right? And what is old value? And then it is printing plus plus y. What is old value of y? 1. No, minute ago we said 2, right? So for this effect of this statement, for the effect of this statement, plus plus y plus plus, it makes y equal to 2, right? So at this time it will be printing y is old value, right? What is old value? Y. So y, sorry, it is increasing old value by 1, right? What is old value? What is old value? 2, right? And incrementing by 1, it will be printing as 3. Okay, and same thing, it is incrementing x by 1 and y by 1. So after this phase, x equal to 3 and y equal to 3, right? In the next iteration it will print, okay, after here at this point over here, line number 9, it is making x equal to 4 and y equal to 4. So then in the next iteration it will print x equal to old value 4 and y equal to 4 plus 1 5. So if you understand one sequence, the remaining are same. The last one, x equal to 6 and y equal to 7, and the very last one, how many times it will be printing? 1 to 4, right? So 1 to 4 over here, right? So how many times it will be printing? 4 times, right? So this will be my result. Yes, come fast, early, come forward please. Today I don't have mic, so I'm tired.
Okay, so it's just in the program you put that I is less than 5. Why are you putting like 6 and 7 then?
Here?
X. He's talking, what's printing is X and Y. I is a counter. So
I'm not printing y over here. I'm printing x and y. This is good. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you, I can initialize this before here, before the for loop. If I do it, it will give me same result. Okay, and this is the increment of I incrementing, right? Even I could put I incremental over here. So then I will keep a blank space over here. So this is one will be blank. Sorry. no dot. So then it will give me same result. The good way to learn this and understand this, so I have my program over here, right? Clone my program, copy it, paste it to your account and play with it. Run this program, see the result and try to understand it, okay? Okay, and also I could put this within the for loop. For instance, like this way. So you say I less equal to 5, right? How can I implement this alternatively? So that means if I say I equal less equal to 5, that means if I say I equal to 5, then it will exit, right? Then if I could say something like this, if I equal then 5, I could say exit. Okay, I could say exit is not here. Say what is that called? Oh, break. Doesn't it take? Here? No, it should. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, capitalize K. Sorry, I'm a cap lock is on. Okay. Okay. But if I say if I equal to 5, then break, right? Or if I could say if I greater or equal to 5, then break. So it should work, do something. We got same result, right? So the difference is that what I wanted to tell you, that the for loop body usually it has the initialization and terminal condition check or increment and decrement within the for loop for first line, but it is usual. But unusually we can put this everything in other places. So you understand? Okay, you have a question?
What's the break supposed to do? Because
Okay, so you will break. That means what do you know how to drive a car? What does the brake do? Huh? Yeah, okay, it stops the loop. You understand? The brake over here, it stops the loop. Okay. So instead of break, okay, so we could use the condition over here. So even if I say if I greater or equal to 5, then break, it will do something, right? Yes. Yes, same thing. C++ has break. Convert this code into C++, okay?
So if there wasn't a break, we just continually keep going.
Yes. Yes. If we do not give this break, it will continue. That's a good question. Okay. So if we do not give this line, so it will, what it will do?
Keep going.
It will keep going. It will keep going.
Can you say that we need to convert it in C++?
Okay. This is not my goal actually to show you. Actually, this is why at some point we need to, it will stop at some point when memory will be full. It will stop. Okay. Okay. But apparently we say it will go an infinite loop. Okay. This is break. Okay. At the end of this slides we have used break and continue. Okay. Okay. One thing that when if we use break, that means we will give the opposite really exactly opposite condition over here. So if we put over here, we would put I less than or equal to less than 5. So what is the opposite of less than 5? What is the opposite of less than 5? Greater or equal to 5, right? So if I have a line, for instance, if I have a real line, and whatever it is, if this point is, for instance, this point is 5, if this point is 5, okay, somewhere definitely it has 0 over here. So if I say less than 5, right, so you understand interval, so the open circle is interval, right? So then less than 5 means all the way from left, but since it is starting from 0, so actually the point we are controlling here is this point, and its opposite is what? The right side, right? So right side is opposite, so we are not controlling, so we are not going to the right side. That means if we, so look at the condition, how we rewrite the condition over here. If we put over here, then we will put less than 5, but alternatively if we do not put over here, we will put opposite over here. If we put same thing, it will not work.
So you can have that for loop.
Okay, so for instance, if you say here, if I, yeah, I'm asking your question. So alternatively, if I can say if I less than 5, then instead of break there is a continue. If I say this one, it will work.
So you can have nothing stated in the.
Oh, it doesn't work. Actually, I need to break. Okay, it is a continue, but what is happening here? It is not incrementing.
We try C++.
Yeah, you can try C++. It's simple.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So can we try C++?
I need to try.
Huh?
I need to try, or you will try.
No, that's what I was asking. Let's try. Let's do it together.
So I have a lot of things to cover. Okay, so if you ask me,
We've been doing a lot in Java, so
I'm sorry.
we do a majority of our examples in Java, so have
I'm sorry.
Need water. Got extra water.
Thank you. This is why I want to do something here, and I want to give you some homework or activity. If you do that, then it will be better for me to go ahead and proceed.
Right, but a lot of the homework activity you're getting into C++, but you're doing a majority of your examples in Java. I feel like you're teaching mainly in Java. You're not teaching a majority of examples that can be done throughout each different program.
I told you that
We
if
had some examples in C++, and just be
oh no, you know, I told you that at the beginning that I told you I teach everybody that how to convert a C++ program into a Java program or a Java program to C# program. So here if there is a major difference, definitely I will continue, I will tell that, okay. But if there is no difference, for instance,
we
using
do some stuff in C++.
namespace std, so using namespace std, if you use that, for instance, let us convert this program. So let us convert this program. So how many times it need to convert this program? Let us see this. Okay, so we don't need this, right? And at the end we don't need this, and for this plus plus we need this, and for this plus plus we need this, right? And for this plus plus okay, I name of this one. So and this one I need this, right? If this
Run without anything initialized in it.
and if this so something, right? So is there any difference between except converting to system.outline to see out? Is there anything difference here?
No.
Okay, so please don't ask me this kind of conversion to do.
No, it's not conversion.
Okay.
It's why couldn't you just start out and doing C++ just like you do a majority of Java?
He's
I
just
mean-
more used to Java. That's just it.
Okay, but we have some students here that are in C++, if they ask for an example in C++ and you're just ignoring them or having them do homework.
It is not true.
That's not
Every program I discuss here, I converted to C++.
No, you don't. That's false.
Which program? All of my programs I have C++ version
Okay, in
and
class,
all
the
three
majority
language
of
version.
examples that we do are in Java. That's false.
Maybe.
Hardly.
So why do you have to get mad about it though?
Or I get ignored.
Alright guys, calm down. Come on.
Or
calm down.
if we do examples, I get ignored if I'm asking a question. So, can we try the continual work? If the I less than 5 continue, see if it will work in C++?
It is not continue. I less than 5, it is not a right code. So about here we need this. This is not correct one. So we saw that it going to while loop. Okay, one thing that let us be clear. So our official slides do not see that it does not ask me to go with live codes. This is the live code I added, and I recommend to update our slides like with this. And you may see that if you go to other sections with other professors, most of them are not going with live code. So it is better for me to go with slide, whatever slide I do have official slide. Maybe there is no need to write any program.
No, I'm just saying, like Professor Douglas Malcolm, he does both.
He was not even interested in you.
So he does live code and he shows examples in all 3 codes.
Yes, I show example in all 3 languages. So whatever my program you will see, I have my
That's fine.
I have my all programs. Let us see my replit. I have all programs written in C, C++, Java, C, C++, C#, Java, all 3
I'm
languages.
just saying, you had a student that asked you to do it in C++ and you said have him go do it in homeschool. So that's
No.
all I'm saying.
That is not true. I did not
That is
ask.
exactly what you did. That is exactly what you said. You
Why
said
are
you
y'all
can
like
go convert.
Hey, bro, can we just get back to class and stop arguing about this?
I'm not here to argue with anyone. So for the first day and the first week, I taught you how to convert a Java program to C++ program. How to convert a C++ program to Java program. I told you that if there is a major difference that I need to do it, you cannot do it, then definitely I will do it. I will convert. But for this one, okay, so if you ask me or enforce me to convert this program in C#, for instance, how many changes we need over here, right? For instance, I will do it, but ultimately our time will be out, right? I have to shortcut time for other topics.
That's fine.
For instance, let me do it. It's not that I do not know it, okay?
I'm not saying you don't.
Okay.
It's just all I'm saying is you had somebody that asked you and you completely ignored it.
Never. I never complain, but there is no personal interest of doing it or not doing it. For whenever I see that it is needed to do, I definitely
But
do
if
it.
a student specifically asked, that is needed.
Definitely I do.
Oh, please. I just want to learn.
So you see that I have already this program in C#. Okay, so if I do have this program in C#, right? For instance, I do have this program in C# somewhere.
That's fine. We can continue. It'll be great.
No, let's do it. So this is the program, right? So, and whatever I'm doing over here is not a matter for you. Even you get my code over here, and then if you practice, I plus plus, and then say I said condition over here, right? I said if I greater or equal to 5, break. Okay. So for just converting this statement in from C++ or to Java or C#, please do not kill my time. It's not my time, actually killing your time.
Okay.
So if I do everything over here, what you will be doing at home? This course is not that I practice myself, okay? You have to practice yourself. If you do not practice, no matter how many time you spend to listen or watch my video lecture or listen to my lecture, it will not work for you. This is a course, swimming course. I tell my students that this is a swimming course, okay? No matter how many hours, how many credit you take for theoretical course for how to learn swimming, if you do not dive into water, you will not learn how to swim. Can you learn how to swim without going to water?
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, no, that wouldn't want, but if we can continue, that'd be great.
Okay.
Next PowerPoint slide.
Sorry, I have to cover these slides, okay?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the for loop. For loop, for we can put that this condition within. So in general, you will see for all for loops, you will see that conditions are all within. But it is as I showed you, it is possible to put in somewhere else, right? Okay. So this is a class problem. So problem: write a program in which you enable your user to enter a number for which they want to see the multiplication table. For instance, if you enter a number 5, it will show you multiplication table from 1 to 5. Okay, so this is our pseudocode and this is the program code. So for instance, in order to convert this program in C++, C# or Java, you need to change this read into an appropriate statement, right? In the first or second week, I showed you how to take keyboard input from in C++, in Java, and in C#, right? Even the last week program I showed you with C++. It's not that I do not know any language. I learned C++ maybe 22 years ago. Then I authored a book on C++ and object-oriented programming. Still, my book is in market in my home country and is sold in India. So C++ is my first favorite language, but Java is easier than C++ because Java has a lot of codes, and most of the companies, they use Java right now. You will see a very rare company, a few, maybe maximum 10% companies, they use C++. And for working with C++, you will need more in-depth programming skill because C++ library is not rich, and C++ code are something weird, and especially Java and C# languages, these have developed their languages. Like C++ have some limitations, like pointer, and one of them is multiple inheritance. Those are skipped in Java and C#. If my time covers, then I can convert every program to C++ or Java and C#. Okay, infinite loop. Okay, so as we have shown a minute ago, right? When is if our for while loop or do while or for loop or any loop control statement, if we forget to give our breaking point or terminal condition, then it will go into an infinite loop. For instance, here it works good, right? So then, but if I get rid of this line, just only for this line, right? So it will go an infinite loop. So, and somehow we need to stop our program, right? And for instance, here if we say even if I have our program is working good, for instance, if I say I minus minus, so instead of here, if I say plus plus I, will there be any effect in my program? Is there any difference? Do you think there will be any difference here? So in this program, even if I am not incrementing y, right? So it is just incrementing x, double incrementing over here. So I like you, so get my code and practice it. Okay, you see that here this code is working same, so plus plus I and I plus plus will not be affected over here. Okay, so but if I give you minus minus I, what will happen over here? Joe, you can think what will happen? Huh?
Never be greater than or equal to 5.
Yes, so always it is I is going to be decrementing, right? So first step I equal to 0, then I will be, so I equal to 1, then I will be 0, right? Then I will be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So it never will reach to this condition, right? So still it will go within an infinite loop, right? Let us see. So while that means it is going to an infinite loop. So while working with any looping condition, you must be careful about the initial value, okay, the increment or decrement, and the condition. Okay. Okay, so if I want to convert, okay, so our code is like this. So if I want to convert this break, okay, when I come to over there, we'll discuss. Okay, so just be careful about the condition and increment and decrement check. Okay, we will come to nested loop. So when we have a loop within another loop, that is called a nested loop. Okay, so nested loop is very simple like a loop, but we have to consider only one thing. Okay, so when you order something online, for instance Amazon, okay, Amazon ships you something. You see that sometimes Amazon put your stuff within a small packet box and then wrap up the box within a larger box, right? They put the smaller box within a larger box, right? So how the boxes are wrapped? The inner boxes is wrapped first, right? Inner boxes is covered or wrapped first, right? Then the outer box is covered, right? Is it possible that they cover the outer box first and cover the inner box later? It's not possible, right? So if you remember this one, then you should not forget anything about the inner and outer for loop. So for the inner for loop is the inside for loop, and it starts later but it ends first. So that means you are wrapping up your inner for loop first, okay? And this is your whatever you do, even if you do not have anything. So this is your outer. This one is outer wrapping or end of your outer for loop. I have few more slides. Let me see the slides over here. So here this is one for loop. This was we call outer for loop. There is no outer or inner actually in keyword, but we use for, so since it is outside we say it as outer. Okay, but there in really when you programming you will not say outer. You will not say, in a comment you can say outer or inner, okay, but you cannot write outer for. You cannot write inner for, okay. So here what will happen for row equal to 1 to row less or equal to max row, row plus plus, row will be incrementing by 1, and then when row equal to 1 it will be executing this many times, and then again it will increment row for 2, and then for where row equal to 2 it will increment, it will execute this statement again, and for row equal to 3 it will execute this statement again. So as many times, so whenever row start, this outer loop start one time, and as long as the inner loop goes, it will continue for that value of outer loop. So this way it is iterative. Okay, that how many times, that we can say how many times of this inner loop will be executed here? Max row times, right? What is the value of max row? That many times it will be, inner loop will be executed. Okay, and how many times this print will be executed? This print will be executed. What is the value of row over here? Okay. So every time say the row is changing starting from 1, and it is incrementing, right? So if we run this program, it will give us this star, like a triangular shape. Let me go to there are 10 more slides. If you go to this slide, after you go to this slide, then I will come back and I will this. Okay, the last one is break and continue statement. I already showed you break statement, right? Why and is break is used? A break is a keyword. It is used to terminate a loop. Okay, and a continue is used keep going. Okay, continue is, for instance, continue means keep going. Okay, I will say, so whenever you say break, that means it will take you outside the loop. What is loop over here? The loop is while loop here, right? So if I say break, whenever you say break, then it will take you outside of the while loop. Okay, and sometimes you will see continue. Then if you say continue, then it will continue the loop. I will show you. There is this example of continue. So it is continue over here. So it says if x equal to 5 or x equal to 6, then it's continue. Continue means it will go to the loop body again inside that. So continue or break are opposite. While driving a car, okay, so if you keep continue pressing your gas pedal, okay, that means it will be continuing, right? Or even if you take off your leg from your gas pedal and until you press brake, then it should be continuing, right? And if you press brake, then it will stop, even suddenly or at a certain time. So in a programming case, we will say stop suddenly. Okay, but in real life, since our car has some speed, so it takes some time to stop. I will show you this program, and then there is another in-class program. Okay, so this one, there are 2 programs. Okay, so this program I want to give you as homework, because code are already almost given even in pseudocode format, so you just convert this pseudocode to your program. Okay, so now let me go to an example of continue. So in this program we have break over here, right? So let us see if it works. So it works, right? So let us try. Can we convert this break into with a continue? Let us try. So instead of this break, so we're gonna say if since break and continue are completely opposite, okay, so you have to give opposite condition over here. So what is the opposite condition of greater or equal to? Less than, right? So if x is less than 5, then it should continue. But I'm not sure that, but it does not say, actually it does not say, else I can say else break. So if I write this else break, then it will work. So let us understand, everybody please understand, let us how continue and break work, okay? So if say over here this condition, this only one single statement is equivalent to this entire statement, to block of statements, okay? So here I said if I greater or equal to 5, then break, right? So then what I am saying over here is opposite, if I less or equal to 5, then continue, else break, right? Else means what is my condition? Else means this, right? This is true, right? Then it will break. So everybody understand the use of break and continue? Do I need to convert this program in C++? Or Java will be able to do it? Who are taking C++? You will be able to do it yourself? Okay. In this course, actually, it's a swimming course. I'm telling you. At the beginning, I told you I will not teach you programming. I will just show you how to program, how to walk, right? I wanted to show you how to walk on the field of programming. What do you think? I'm able to show you how to walk? What do you think? You know, in this world, I'm almost done. In this world, what is the difficult thing? What is the difficult task in this world, you think?
Difficult task?
Yeah, what is the most difficult task?
Dealing with people is actually.
Huh?
Dealing with people.
Okay, that's good. And who else? What do you think? What is most difficult? Huh? What is the most difficult? Hmm? Hmm? Giving time to practice. Joey, what do you think? What is the most difficult task? Okay. No, not programming. Forget about programming. Okay. Forget about this class. I'm just making some fun with you. Okay. So what is the most difficult task? So I know this is an open-ended question. So everybody will have different opinion, right? So to me, the difficult task is to make people happy or people make satisfied. If you have 2 brothers or sister or 4 brothers or sister, you cannot make everybody equally happy. Can you do?
Absolutely.
You cannot do.
There's always somebody who's not going to be happy.
Yes, if you have someone, your younger brother will say, oh, my brother loves my sister very much than me. Okay? So there is that, and this problem is severe for the politician and more severe for teacher. Okay, if a teacher teaches very well and if he speak loudly, then people who sit in the front, they say, oh, the teacher, he speaks too loudly that it breaks my ears. Okay, and then if the teacher speak too smile, and then people who sit on the next, oh no, the teacher, he speaks so mildly that I cannot hear. So this is very severe problem for teacher to make everybody happy. Okay, I know I'm sure that I cannot make everybody happy. I know that this is okay. One more thing that remember, you should get a link to evaluate our course and your teacher. The teacher means I am the instructor, right? To evaluate me, it is up to you. That think about before you give your comment or give your feedback about my teaching. I'm trying my best, but as a beginning I told you I'm not a Superman.
Well, we could have people of different, people that are doing different codes. You can
Yeah.
actually go on the whiteboard, and everybody can write down their.
That would be I could write on whiteboard, right? My
No, I'm
handwriting is
saying
good.
if you have students interact,
Yeah.
because the majority of the time it's you writing the code. So if we all can interact, that's what I did in a different lecture, is that you have some.
Yeah, so other people then I could not give you live program. I could not show you actual result. I would just tell you that this will happen this will happen this. Okay, and then remember that this weekend you will have your one of the quizzes due, right?
Yes.
I will not be able to give you an extension. Please do not forget to do your quiz, and by this time you should be able to do your quizzes. And whatever, so the homework I gave you, please try it yourself, and we have one more lecture to wrap up this topic, and in the next lecture we will discuss it. Leave it over here. Okay, thank you everybody.